and good afternoon. DJ Ndo-C here out in Kailicha, chilling with Sive Msolo today, and I'm sure a whole lot of us know Sive Msolo because he's done a whole lot of great work around Cape Town in terms of events, gigs, and he was also at Bush Radio as a presenter on Everyday People Know Freedom Flex. And today we're going to be giving his overview on the culture, the industry, his humble beginnings, where he is, what is he doing, future plans, and the plan, basically. So welcome to Analogue Culture, Mr. Msolo.
Buddy, it's Ginger.
Hi, good.
Yes,
Welcome to Analogue Culture, where we interview the best of the best together.
Hey.
Like in terms of work, and basically we appreciate what you came from, done, and just the workings of it.
Yeah.
First question for you: who is Sive Msolo?
I'm a jack of all trades, my man. I'm somebody who's always willing to learn, who's always just looking at life in a different perspective, and looking at things and doing what I want, basically, and what feels right to me. Sive Msolo is I'm a radio broadcaster. That's what I am. In fact, I'm a broadcaster. I'm not gonna say radio. I am an entertainer. Sive Msolo is a voiceover artist. As you said, I've worked at Bush Radio. I started Bush 2007 with Freedom, and one of friends, Tulisa Kanzi, we started together on Everyday People. How that came about, I just gotten back from Joburg. I was living in Pretoria, that is, in Pretoria, Moiklouf Estate, with my grandmother, and I gotten back, and I had my own studio working. I'm a music producer also, so I was just busy with hip hop, making beats, recording artists, making some deep house sounds on the side. A friend of mine gave me a call, Manau says, "Hey buddy, Bush Radio's looking for people." I'm like, so? At that point, I never saw myself as a presenter. It was never in my plans.
Yeah.
Never. I won't lie, not one day I thought of I'll be sitting behind this desk and doing this.
Yeah.
I'm like, so what? What do you want me to do? She's like, apply. I'm like, no. So eventually she came to my house and she convinced me. Mamela, I'll record a demo of my own, you record it. And then I'm like, let's record one demo. It's so two doing this. And we recorded the demo at my house. And she's the one who actually submitted this thing. Submitted this thing. I continued my life, even forgot about it. Months later, I got a call. Bush Radio. Could you come? Adrian Lowe's on the phone, the programs integrators at Bush Radio. I'm like, okay, excited now. Get to Bush Radio, everything happens. Months down the line, left with 3 people. She's gone. She was actually chosen. It was me, Freedom, Tulisa, and her to do the show.
Yeah.
But she pulled out.
Okay.
Her reasoning was I was just pushing my friend. Do you understand? I didn't do this because I was just pushing him because I believe in him.
Yeah.
And then she pulled out. And then there was just the 3 of us. Also once I show Everyday People started. I remember before we started, we got the show, handover. It was Akho on accident.
Yes.
He was doing the show at that time.
Yeah.
So he handed it over to us, and we started. And we decided. One thing I liked about Bush was when we were there and started, it was you have 3 hours every weekday and do what you want. Nobody is there to tell you can't do this, you can't do that. So we looked at the show and we were like, there's certain things that we didn't like. One of the most things that stood out for us was the 3 of us just didn't like commercial or whatever. We just didn't like it.
Yeah.
And we were like, it's not gonna inspire us to give the best of our ability, so let's cut it out.
Yeah.
We spoke about this with Adrian, and as I said, nobody could say. It was like, if you guys feel like it will work, people used to call. Like people used to call.
Yeah.
So I just took it with
Not really.
But I remember Flex and I know not Tulisa used to be like, hey, are we making a mistake at a deep house? But no, let's stick to this. It's a talk I'm fit. Don't let hey. And we stuck to it.
But one thing I still remember is, I think Nina, you and Akon were kind of doing the same thing. It's just that back then, because of the compilations that were out on CD, it was easily accessible to everybody else outside.
Yeah.
You guys came in with, we're going to show you what we dig up.
So that was the thing. Yeah. That was the thing. What we decided was we're not gonna play what everybody else is playing.
Yeah.
What do you have in your crate? What do you have on your crate? Yeah. At that time, I won't lie, I was not a DJ when I started. Now I was just a producer.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah. So for me, it was crates. Okay. Let's see what you guys have in your crates.
Yeah.
And the boys brought it, bro.
Of course.
And the boys.
Freedom Friends.
Fit. Yo, Flex, yo. I know they brought it, and I started collecting him.
Yeah.
And Flex taught me how to DJ. He's the guy. Flex taught me on vinyl how to play, and then I remember Flex and I were struggling to move over to USB. So like, hey, this USB thing, hey, but it fit us. That's fine.
Yeah.
We moved to it. Years later, Tulisa left, joined YFM.
Yeah.
Freedom. I left. I remember I took a break for like I think 6 months. It was just getting too much. I took a break. Flex stayed, and then I came back. Flex left. Then I landed again until of recent, I think last year October, when I decided as well, you know what, it's time. You know, it's time. I know a whole lot of people are still confused what happened. Hopefully within this interview we'll dig it out. Hopefully we'll dig it out. On the side I have Music Crate Studios, a company that I'm pushing. I've got Holy Alpha signed under it. Hip-hop artist. I'm still a DJ, playing my deep house. I still produce. I'm working on a song right now. I haven't produced music for about 3 years now because Bush had my time, you know. So I'm working on something right now. I'm working on something like this actually. A little bit different, but you'll see. Voiceover artist. I've done a few ads and a few songs with people that I do the voiceover for. That's it. For now, let's just end it there.
Alright, now when it comes to DJing now, so basically we should look at 2007 chemistry. That's when the DJing began. What were you playing? What were you listening to? What to listen? Like, what were you digging up and
If anybody's watching this, back in the day, I used to have a phrase on the show and everybody got to it, which was Louis Vega is my dad.
Yeah.
And that was that.
Yeah.
Everybody used to call Vega. I'm like, yeah, that's I used to listen a lot. For me personally, the first person that got me was Louis.
Yeah.
For me, first person that actually got me in the bar actually was listening to Louis Vega's music, and getting to know the masters at work and getting to know all the other puzzles that are around him. You understand? And then I started knowing about steaming. You know, you can mention the Morgan Amajita and all of that, and
yeah. So post the era of you now, basically you can say you've been into music for quite some time.
Yeah.
Now you've gotten down to the basics of DJing, you've gotten down to the basics of understanding the radio itself. Jumping into the culture that came out of the house.
Yeah.
Which are some of your highlights in terms of spaces that you played?
I was never big in town. I was always a gassy. I was always this gassy person. Back then, we used to do a whole lot of gigs in Kraaifontein.
Yeah.
Kraaifontein. What's the name of that place again? What's the name of the venue? I forgot the name of the venue. But it's in Kraaifontein. We used to do a whole lot of gigs in Kraaifontein. I remember even fellow DJs used to say to us, "Yeah, not in Kraaifontein, not in Kraaifontein. Don't say Kraaifontein." And Kraaifontein used to love us. You know, Kraaifontein used to love us, and we were booked almost every weekend in Kraaifontein. At that point, we had recruited Flex and I, Amajita from Ekas, and we started Deep Soul Fire.
Yeah.
and Deeps of Fire grew, and Deeps of Fire had a show at Bush Radio at night on Saturdays. Deeps of Fire Sermon, I think it was called. As a group, we started going to a Krafontein a lot. As that group pushing Amajita and what they used to do. Also Kifu. I know we did a whole lot of things at Kifu. We did the Deep House Festival.
Yeah.
We did it once. There's reasons why it never came back. Been got Ace a few times. That was then, that is. A few gigs, just random gigs that came about in terms of promoters that will holler, Sive Msolo, are you available? What's happening? What's this? What's that?
Yeah.
The most highlighted one was here up in Azgate, actually, in Pamakaya. What's the name of this place? The place in Gasekhoyo ngoku, Pamakaya, in village.
I'm not quite sure.
There's this place in Pamakaya, but I say ngoku.
Yes, Buelembo
village.
Yes.
The Viceroy Magoya mix, Western Cape Finals. I was the MC for that event. With the Christos, we shared the stage, and Christos emceeing the whole event. So too. That's one that I think personally I won't forget, because Christos is one of the few legendary people in South Africa that I respect. Now getting to share a stage now and getting to be backstage now, planning how we're going to do this and sharing the night now was a highlight for me. Talking about that, also creating a brothership, I don't know, Charles Webster was a highlight, because Charles and I are now close friends because of the work that we've put in, when I'm creating Mculo that's been created. Charles, for me, is one of the few names that I never thought I'll meet, and then I got to spend every Friday with Charles at Bush. You understand?
Just a small time diverse on Charles. So, like, have you picked up a lot of production tips from Charles? Always. That's brilliant. So, should we expect a project from Charles soon?
We spoke about it. December, Rands. I think Charles called me while he was on his way to Rands. Let's hook up.
Yeah.
And then there was a Remy Martin event. And then I went there, we hooked up, and we spoke about it. Charles was like, are we doing this next year? I'm like, yeah, we should do more next year. So this year, January, I hit him up. It's like, okay, cool. We should hook up, and see what we can do. But we spoke about it. We haven't actually sat down and finalized it, because it's something that's long overdue. It's something that everybody, when I walk on the streets, like, there's something coming up between you two, and I just love to walk past. But I can confirm, we spoke about it. But we'll see.
Yeah, no. All right, I know. We'll wait for that. With all of this place, the spaces that you've played at and the stuff that you've done, the industry's always got politics.
Yeah.
Venues have always got politics. People have got politics. What are some of the most highlighted politics that you have met up with that have gotten you to say, maybe I should stop doing this?
For me personally, it's my period at Bush. As much it was fun, as much as I enjoyed each and every moment when I put on that mic and speak.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I enjoyed it. There's no regrets. But the outside world, for me, sometimes it became hostile in a way, to a point where right now I'm sitting here next to you and I know a whole lot of people dislike the name Sive Msolo for their own personal reasons. For maybe Umdu would inbox me, or Umdu would call me, or we hook up at gigs and I'll have an audition event. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But I can do this. People thought, I think there's this thing of Abantu thought that Sive has too much power at Bush Radio, and for me it was puzzling, because I don't own the station. I'm not a programs manager. I'm the presenter at Bush Radio. the respect was there because I've been there.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So people will inbox me at I want to co-host with you. Even and the audition, and they want to be my co-host. Now Flex is gone. I'm just
Yeah.
And the answer that I would give is what would not satisfy them, because my answer is simple. It's either I'll say hook up a demo and send it through.
Yes.
Here is the email address. Here is the number for officini. No, Nfuna, your number. No. Can you do this? Can you get me on the show?
Yeah.
Can you move the things that needs to be moved for me to get on your show?
Yeah.
And I'm always like, but I am not the manager at Bush Radio. I am not the person running the station. I am a presenter. I got there through following these channels that I'm giving to you. But now, personally, I do not mind if the person that receives these things comes back to me. It happened a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. What do you think of Ubani? No, cool. I don't mind doing that. Do you understand? I don't mind giving you that good word if needs be. But if Lambda Gazi kum I can't jump and say, Mamela man.
Somebody else, so. It becomes nepotism, man. Like with so many people that you've engaged with, I'm a DJ that have played on the show, people that are out here looking to get into presenting. If you had to take one person and then present them to the station, that would be nepotism. Then no one has followed the right channels to get where they need to get. So all the other people that are doing hard work and putting into this get to miss out on the thing. So in essence, you were doing that side. But in essence, I don't think you've ever told a lot of people that side of the story.
No, I haven't. Actually, I have not told anybody that. I just watch, my man. Because after we have this conversation and then you'll act differently towards me. I know. I expect it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You will act differently, and then you start talking. It's this thing about Cape Town. I'm not sure if it's just Cape Town or what, but rumors fly. I start talking on Ndo-C, the next person will do the same, as if they were there. They'll speak as if they were there.
Yeah.
You understand? And then it goes, and then eventually I became the guy that is closing the door. And then I'm like, if that's how you see it, that's how you see it.
So you never felt the need to actually address this publicly, to say, hey, wait, this is not how things...
The thing about that was, you see, Ndo-C, the minute you go public, you look defensive. You look as if, and then who asked you?
Do
you understand? And then my thing was, it's easy for those that know the truth.
To actually speak on that.
When somebody writes something there, it's hardly you see me defend myself. But when somebody writes something there, the person that sits next to me and defends me when I'm there, if Ndo-C uyakwazi ukuthi mahleli siblomele samajita athi amajita kodwa not Msolo like what. What's difficult ngo-Ndo-C to do the same when I'm not there? I get the thing about Cape Town is it's easy to talk when I'm looking at you, but when people are talking ill about me, 90% of the time is you will jump in.
True.
You get me?
True.
You will jump in and slaughter me, and I've witnessed this. My man, I've lost friends because of that. Whereas I've lost gigs because of that. Where you meet somebody face to face, like I was playing up Akasoli for a while at La Rock for a while, and you'll meet somebody and said, oh my guy, I wanted to book you this time and that time, but Ubani said, not to see if we cut now.
Wow.
Do you understand?
No, but that's very dangerous for anybody to say in public. That's very dangerous. No, but I'm not one to judge, because then I wouldn't know exactly what's going on in people's head.
Do you get it? We don't know what's happening in people's heads.
Okay, so post the era of those kind of disgruntling tendencies as abantu. When it comes to, this is now coming into a push right in itself. Now this is you working on a radio station, but when it comes to you and gigs directly, like playing in spaces and going to different events, have you ever encountered like hardships that are actually like making the culture become, you know, a tad bit weak?
Are we gonna do that one again?
No, we can go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay. I think a couple of times. I remember hosting an event called Age, recently actually. And after hosting this event, some local DJs from around the area came about, and they were, I felt attacked in the sense where I Black Bush when fuck with Charles Webster. Black Bush when I Uti. And I said, Majita, I don't run the station. But then one thing I do know for sure, when I say Sive Msolo and Charles Webster, it's two different names.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Radio works with numbers. If I feel like Charles is gonna give me more numbers than Sive is gonna give me, you would do the same.
Of course.
Do you understand? If I feel like having Charles Webster on my show every Friday will give me more numbers than having Sive Msolo on my show, you would cut me off.
Yeah, I know for a fact it's called adding value.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
You would cut me off. And Amajita always wanted La Friday Charles. That's what they wanted. No, I'm not. There's nobody would claim an show, especially the deep house DJs, because that's what the platform was for.
Yeah.
Because when you go around, it's always commercial. Because now, and then I was like, okay, cool, we're keeping this as it is, because we need these guys to be heard.
Yeah.
You'll go to to corner Wednesday, available on Wednesday, after La Friday. Now for me, I'm like, my guy.
Friday is covered.
Man.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Excuse my guy. You find that for me, what I've learned through the years is all those guys that I put up there to do what they needed to do. Was easy to just get up when they were done and walk back up.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And walk back out as if nothing happened. So when you meet them, because when you meet them, it's hard for them it's hard for them to have a conversation now, and now you're sitting there and you're feeling awkward because you want to talk about background, but about I don't know if it's guilt or it's what from whatever happened when I was not there. Yeah, sure, Msolo. Yeah, Msolo. And then,
yeah. No, I get what you mean.
You get me. So I've experienced those situations. Hence, I think now you've noticed I don't go out a lot anymore.
Yeah, you're very scarce.
I don't go out a lot anymore because, for me, uphuma ngoku has become
you have to defend actions as a push.
Yeah, I have to always repeatedly have to defend myself or the actions and why I made certain decisions. And people felt entitled that Pamela and I think to myself, but the days of Deep Soul Fire, the days where we started Cape Town Deep House movement, you understand?
Yeah.
Certain individuals fought for my way. Certain individuals fought for my way. And I'm not saying that since you don't deserve a chance to.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but respect those certain individuals that were there to make sure the platform exists today.
Yeah.
Hence, I'm sitting here and saying, I'm not gonna say what Oflex did for me. Understand? I respect that and I love that because he put on that candle for me. If it was not for him or Uma now, where would Sive Msolo be? I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're quite right. We when we argue these days, we tend to forget. If we're going to be arguing politics, we never forget to mention the Mandelas, Robert Sobukwe, Kalushi. But when it comes to the industry as a Cape Town, it's very young industry, like Cape Town, in terms of deep house.
That's why
like it's been existing, but it's
not dating any further than early 2000.
Yeah, like there's no documented stuff. Like, forget Josie. Everybody talks about Fresh, Abovini, like
the days of YFM.
If you come to Cape Town, that history it hasn't been documented for you to have a reference to point out to say when it started. That guy, they were there, they were doing this A, B, C, and D. Terminal 2, you get these stories. For instance, Rosano.
Yes.
Rosano came out, the first time I've ever heard of the stories is what happened back then, how they handled and did events. It came out on an interview he did at Red Bull Music Studio in one of the CTMF workshops. That's when I was kind of like, wow. Like, those stories have never been documented. They've never been presented to people, and I think that's what that it kind of kills, because then you've got no references to say Abu Banbani they started this, but you'll always have it for certain clicks. It took so fire, did this, did that. If you were not following them
at that point,
you would have never had a history album, and you wouldn't know what they did. You just see people just rising up in the middle of everything, and you're like, give me an opportunity, give me an opportunity, give me an opportunity. But the humble beginnings is never told.
I think exactly, because for me, those memories will live on more than AZ that I'm creating right now. You know, Cape Town Deep House movement, a mere idea of let's have a bright chance. Like DJs, that's how it came about. DJs never just chill. DJs are always working.
Of course.
You understand? So let's have a bright chance. P. And I said, well, we can go to my grandmother's house in Cooks.
Yeah.
Cool. We bought meat, satini, sabeki sound payan, and the idea was there is no sex. Ungasinqoleli uba hayi kwathi mandlala ngesiphi isikhathi. There is no set. Do you want to play? Nansia. And then we had fun, and it was just DJs. It was just, there was nobody on DJ. It was just DJs. And we had fun, and then we decided, Mamela, man, let's do this again next month. We did it.
Sorry, who was involved in Soulfire? You, Flex?
It was myself, Freedom, Riotic, Mdava, CSC Deep, Castro, Uma. Am I forgetting anybody? If I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry, gents. There was another guy from America. I forgot his name. Who actually, when Deeps of Fire actually started, we were but we were not sure about Ndoni. You understand? And then he said, "There's a Soul Fire in America," and we're like, "We like the word Soul Fire. How about we just call it Deep Soul Fire?" Tony was his name. Tony as well. Tony was I think he actually helped us a lot in terms of, because he came from a background of Mtulo from that side, and he was more advanced than we were. And he kind of guided us pana and everything. And I feel like, man, Tony Adams. Tony got the Kamamshita. And then from Deep Soul Fire, Flex introduced us to a whole lot of other gents, and then we formed the Cape Town
Deep House movement.
Where we now these different groups of Deep House, and where we were trying to create this thing of let's be one. Instead of let's just be one. And push this thing, which is called Deep House, because everywhere else all you're getting is the sound, and what we love is this. And we pushed it, man. We pushed the Cape Town Deep House movement to a point where there were gigs in Joburg. It was known now. There's this movement. But growing up, we were still young boys. Had no responsibilities, nothing. There's nothing that I could claim. Dude, I have 3 kids now. I had nothing. I didn't even have a cat, dog, nothing. So only thing that mattered was a deep house in my life. Making sure, Mamela, we're living for this. This is what we love. This is what makes us feel good, and this is what we're going to do. We hooked up with guys from Joburg. We had made this connection. Everything was good. But I think the minute we started growing, and these responsibilities got added, and individually we were growing. Remember, there is that group growth, and there's the individual growth. Individual growth is the one that comes with selfish needs. Yeah, but group growth is one thing. We know where we are going. You never know where I'm going until I become honestly clean. You never know. I can say gents, sayenza lewe. Sure, say push lewe. Back of my mind, I'm thinking, if all works well, I need to put myself in a situation where if I need to detach,
it's easier.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So as the group grew and everything went on, I think we also neglected Deep So Far and focused more on that. Yeah, well, because after the song Amasiko, was Amasiko? No, Umakhelwane. After Umakhelwane, we released Umakhelwane, and after that, I feel like a whole lot of people enjoyed the song. Because the song was produced by the producers within the group.
Okay.
Yeah, well, it was not. But I didn't have this thing of me. It was mine. No, it was not. Makelwane was a Deep Soul Fire song. I interviewed the guy that's singing on the song with Flex.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed what he was doing, and we Untlek Bafaz was a guy from Delft. We enjoyed Maskandi, and I had this idea as a producer that imagine this sound on a deep house beat, like a voice.
Yeah.
And then I proposed to Flex. Flex knew the guy, and Flex called the guy to studio, and we recorded this. And then we had a Deep Soul Fire meeting, and then we played the vocal for Amajita, and Amajita were like, the producers were like, no, we're in. Let's do this.
Who were the producers besides you?
It was myself, Rayatik, Usvij. Yeah, it was the three of us.
Okay.
We all had remixes on that. There was the original version.
Yeah.
We all worked on it, and then there was Ezinye remixes.
Individual remixes.
The one remix that actually is the one that everybody still cries about was the one that Svij made, Savage Svij. That's the one he made. That's the one that I still play myself if I'm playing that song.
Yeah.
That's the one that I'm like, if I'm playing that song, I'm like, what's the Svij mix?
Where is the Savage Svij?
Last I spoke to Savage was December or November. He was leaving Cape Town, Eastern Cape.
Okay. Savage, if at any stage you see this interview, hit me up, man. I think I would want to hear.
And he's somebody you need to talk to.
Yeah.
And if you do watch this, I miss you and I love you, buddy.
This is not a shout out.
Hey, shout out. I never send shout outs. I always ask people to send shout outs. Shout out to you, my brother. So yeah, Makelwane came out. I think after that we kind of focused more on the Cape Town deep house movement.
Yeah.
And then as that movement grew, individual needs became more selfish.
Yeah.
More selfish.
Yeah.
Because now individuals started seeing that, wait, I'm getting gigs there. I'm getting gigs there. The group is not getting anything. I am personally getting these things.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, nobody in the group said, come report. Yeah, but, and then it was more of egos, and all of those things playing part that killed the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, some of us started going, okay, cool, you know what, it's not moving the direction. Because it started not moving the direction. Personally, I felt like we started out with. Yeah, well, I personally felt like at first it was not money making. It was just DJs hanging out. Because I remember we used to just chill.
Yeah.
And then it became, because the idea was we should not make it a normal party.
Yeah.
And then it became a normal party, in my opinion. That's when I started saying, it's okay. It's alright. It's not where I want it anymore. Individual.
Yeah.
And then I started focusing more on radio again, doing what I do. Flex stayed longer than I stayed. That's how we Cape Town deep house movement.
What years were these?
I think this was about 2012 to about 14, 15.
I know, because when I started taking note of Push Radio initially, Akwana was like, we got introduced to Push Radio with Akwana pushing house on it. And right in Cape Town, if you're listening to radio, because you're going to pick up on Push Radio and they tend to play certain tracks that you would actually put your ears up. Then it was a matter let's find the parties that are actually catering to deep house hits like Botin as well. Then deep house, Cape Town deep house movement was one of the first groups that we picked up. It was coming off of Push Radio to Cape Town deep house movement, Tipila picnics, before it was called, it was never called TP La Picnic initially. It had
Was
a
it TP Picnic or something? Not sure.
yeah, but I think before he rebranded, that's when the picnics came up. Which on this day of the picnic, this is when you find the deep house cats playing. Then we started following a Cape Town deep house movement. I know you used to have gigs on this place in Makhas. Yeah, you used to throw parties here.
Yeah.
That's when we started attending those parties. The one thing that I think would have done justice was the business aspect of the Cape Town deep house movement.
Personally, that's one of the few things I feel like we forgot to take care of.
Yeah.
You know, Upomi and Uzulu tried. I won't lie. Upomi, Mayongo, Nosbonelo Zulu, they tried to actually take care of that aspect. But then, you know, when it's when it's just individuals taking care of that and the individuals taking care of that, and we never actually just stand and
talk about it.
Group, you know, it's I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah,
they tried. I remember that's why they introduced the T-shirts.
Yeah,
they introduced this, they introduced that.
The banners. Yeah,
because it was a matter of, okay, cool, we're doing this, but CRP. Yeah, well, now at that point when it was introduced, all of us are moving direction is different.
Yeah,
you understand? All of us are moving direction is different. That's why they stayed longer. There, because they could still see the vision. That can't be saying it's already gone.
Yeah, I remember they hosted one 2 years back last year. Gakif,
yes.
The Cape Town Deep House Movement Party, and they pulled in guys from a PE. They came through. They did vinyls, and yeah, it was a hell of a party, because then you get people spinning music that you really can't get anymore on vinyl, and you've never heard.
That's you know what I enjoyed about T9, it was that we could have a party for the whole bloody day, and there's not one song by
So it was DJs for DJs.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
If you missed that song for any particular reason, it will not be played that night. If not even next month.
Okay. On the DJ for DJ story, do you believe that deep house parties here in Cape Town are DJs for DJs type of scenes, music-wise, or is it that we're lacking house heads that really attend these parties in Cape Town?
I don't think we're lacking house heads. I think the Deep House Festival proved that. I don't think we're lacking
house heads.
I feel like we're lacking loyalty
from the house heads.
Yeah, what I mean by that is, I would rather, I'm just generalizing, I would rather go to the popular places because they're denied chance you'll win.
Okay.
You understand?
So it's not about the music, it's about the vibe.
It's about the vibe. Then go to a deep house party because it's about the music.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That's the difference. Payana, it's about music. Majita Payana do not care what's around them. As long as la sound idlala and la sound kupa inama.
Of course.
Do you understand? Like deep house don't I know from Boom. If you play deep house and you're playing good, I just shut myself off what's happening around me and focus on what's playing there.
You go dance.
That's me. I feel free and I dance. But when you go with the places, it's a different mindset. Now you're suddenly aware of how I look. Now you're suddenly aware of what's around me. Now you're suddenly aware of you understand?
Yeah.
So if then you weigh that, you're like, hence you find that when they are alone, what do they listen to? That deep house.
Yeah.
That deep house. But when they go to the spaces now, they switch because they need to fit in.
Yeah, I get you. I've been attending a bunch of parties these days.
Yeah.
Talking about people going to parties for music. I went to Housing Council's party yesterday. It's ran by Erfan Pierce, Mr. Lux, no Lester Bachelor.
Okay.
The space of Ndo-C doesn't have chairs. You walk in, it's the bar, it's the DJ booth. The floor is completely open. I walked in there and said, "This is a space for a part." Uzo jive. You're here. No, you're here. You're not here to look at who's wearing what. You should be in comfortable shoes. You're here to buy water, stand in front of the booth, and just listen to music.
It's either Flex taught me the wrong side of life in this thing, because what the lessons that I got is this is music. It's all about music.
Yeah.
Understand? That's what it's all about. It's all about what's a snare, bass tune. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You find a song or a certain thing in that song that talks to you. Each and every song that plays. Yeah, but now you find things have changed. It's all about what am I wearing? I'm not allowed to be seen doing this.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen if
too conscious of ourselves as opposed to being conscious of the music.
I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna dance.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Listen to music. Now when you enter this vibe, what changes?
There shouldn't be anything that changes.
It should be exactly. Hence, cooking does fun for where we just feel free and just dance to deep house.
Yeah.
La Rocca with the deep house lounge, we just dance to deep house and not care.
Yeah.
Because we personally, deep house people don't go to parties for or the normal things. I think we just go because of the music.
Yeah.
But if it was all about,
that's why it ends up ngabo DJ as opposed to people who are house heads.
To understand
that I've noticed.
To understand, because we end up spulsan. So we're like, boy, clan. So my God, if you're not yes. Do you get me?
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to these popular places, you rarely see a DJ. You bona jabantu and it's all about right?
Yeah.
It's all
shoulders. Yeah.
And now you're confused because this is not what
the party is supposed to be about. Yeah. Moving away from the politics and the issues, what is in store for us now in 2024? Like looking at Sive Msolo. You spoke of you're back in studio now with the new stuff coming out and the project that you still need to sort out with Charles and see if you can get that done. Also podcasting as well.
Yeah.
In detail now, what should we expect? Like the direction you're taking in that? You're still sticking to deep house? You're going to be doing a bit of hip hop or?
Yeah. I'm not going to be producing hip hop in terms of beats.
Yeah.
But I'm really involved at the present moment in terms of hip hop. I'm really involved. There's a few artists that I am kind of mentoring, and we're doing good things.
Okay.
We're doing good things. I'm helping with Zartini. I'm kind of helping the 5th season. Panapa.
Yeah.
You know. And then when it comes to individual projects, I think I told you about this a few months ago. I'm working on something that I'll call the lounge.
Yeah.
I'm working on the lounge with Sive Msolo. It's going to be a podcast, really.
Okay.
Yeah, but, I haven't spoken about this a lot because I realized again that every time I share this idea with somebody, all of a sudden they have a similar idea.
Okay.
Even though that's what I've realized. I was with one of my friends who's here right now, Gamu. I was sharing this idea with another female friend who happens to be in the film industry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Mamela, man, I need this and that and that from you. I was like, for this and that. 2 days later, we're walking around the mall doing our shopping.
Yeah.
She sends me a voice note saying that she has this idea. And you listen to this voice note, it's exactly what I told her.
Okay.
And I decided, okay, cool, you know what? It's Cape Town being Cape Town. Yeah, well, let me just work.
Yeah. As opposed to
let me just work at Aleni and not talk about this anymore. Yeah, well. So yeah, I am confirming it. I am working on something. We're shooting from April.
Okay.
Now we're shooting from April. There's a friend of mine from Germany coming specially for that.
Yeah.
So in April we're shooting a couple of episodes. And then, as I said, there's an artist called Holy Alpha
Yeah.
that I'm working with. I'm trying to I'm mentoring her basically, and we're releasing her first single this month, 27th of March, and we're busy in studio making more music.
Yeah.
Making more music for her that will get out. She does hip hop. She's got a down to earth college.
Yeah.
And I'm planning to stay away from all the drama. You know, I'm planning to stay away from all man.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to gigs, I've decided, I think last year already, that I'll be true to myself. You know, because in Cape Town, there's this thing of I know DJs always complain on money gigs and team. I've worked so hard, especially here in Cape Town.
Yeah.
You know, I've given so many DJs a platform. I've opened doors for so many people. To a point where when a DJ comes to me and says,
Yeah.
I take it and I define it, and I'm like, I've worked so hard, and you and I have the same problem.
Yeah.
But I'm not complaining about it.
Yeah.
You know. So that's why I'm saying when it comes to gigs and bookings, I'm not bothered right now. You know, I'm not bothered because how Cape Town, I hope DJs are listening, how in my 13th year, because last year, 13 years at Bush, 13 years on radio, top flight in Cape Town,
Yeah.
doing what I do, half of that with Flex,
Yeah.
and getting things done, to telling or asking fellow DJs for what I'm due,
Yeah.
to not getting it, to being cut off because now you are saying to somebody, Mamela fit. Ulapha wena every week, ulapha. You understand?
Yeah.
Every week ulapha fit. And you're getting listeners as in yeah, well, this is what you're getting. And one thing I should actually say is that Flex and I made it clear, imagine that as much as you feel like Siapadaro, I spent about 13 years and Ndo-C Fumana was just transport to get to studio.
Yeah.
I don't think people know this. Ndo-C Fumana was Patalo studio. It was not enough. 9 to 5.
Yeah.
9 to 5 years as say 20k yami grand, 15k yami yangena.
Yeah.
It was not even, it was just about take a ticket, about
Get to work and back home.
Back home, ending groceries and all. So now you're looking at, I need to buy I need to figure out a way to so that there's extra funds so that fast survive background.
Yeah.
Now the thing about Ekapa is when you share this information with Abandu, now they're looking at, I know his point.
Yeah.
You're not looking at, okay, cool, Mamela Msolo, man. Spana so too. And see background so too. You're way right. No. You're doing this, you're doing that. It's every week. Now between the two of us, Flex and myself, let's have something on the table here.
Yeah.
This is what you gain. This and this and that and that and that and that. You hear? Like 4 million. You are getting Bandamanga. Tisako. So you advertise on yourself.
Yeah.
Now, so that now we get something in return out of this deal.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okanye, yeah, ndozinjalo, yabo. And you find that after that conversation, it happened repeatedly. After that conversation, people just walks away. So pinda buye. Azothi ake mfethu the consideration away, this is what I think.
Yeah.
Well, people in this industry, I wanna stress this, will use you for their own benefit.
Yeah.
They will. Is our one saying. They will use you for them to push their own agendas. Now you need to find a way. Find a way. This is how this industry works, find a way now to push the agenda, because nobody for conferences and omnibus.
Yeah.
Uspana no Ndo-C because Ndo-C the platform. So now I'm la camera gandos. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So Mamela, how do I get there? Since plan, but Ndo-C and then with the minute Ndo-C shuts down that camera, I'll cast those.
We're finished with him.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I get you. And by the way, I don't do that. This is for everybody and anyone who wants to know what the hell is happening in Cape Town.
So you find, you find that people always ask me,
yeah.
You understand? And I'm like, why should they? That's the question I ask everybody. Why should they? And I never get an answer. People show me love wherever I go. Nandi mixer confetti.
Yeah.
I love your deep house. I love this. I love that. But they said, "What's black anyway?" And I'm like, why should they? Because it works kubo in their brains. It works as we don't care about the talent. The only way we're having you here is a push.
Ish.
Do you understand? Or say push, and as long as you push, you'll be pushing Kamalam.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting faka up. Do you get me?
I get you. It's a very sad point that you're making, because it's like a nigga type of thing.
It's that. That's how it is, Apekapa. It's exactly that. Now the DJs that don't have nothing to offer, but they skill.
Yeah.
They do not fit in anywhere in this. Hence that we gotta keep reinventing ourselves, revamping ourselves. Fine, Sive walked away push. Sive push. Now what does Sive need to do now?
Yeah.
There's one thing that people will never take away from me: my work, my name, things that I've done.
Yeah.
Do you understand? That I will never let anybody take away from me. They will never tarnish that. But if it's hard for me, Sive Msolo, if it's hard for me, for the next that doesn't have the profile that I have, the things that I've done, how is it for that person who decided just 6 months ago for DJ?
Yeah.
How hard is it for that person to get an opportunity? Opportunity. How hard is it for that person if it's hard for me? Do you get me?
Straightforward.
That's what it is. That's what we're sitting with, Apekap. We're sitting with that now that person needs to find something that's worthy more than the skill to get in there.